Happy hump day, you guys. I had such a good week. Have you ever, had one of those days that is so magical and so beautiful, you just get verklempt. You just start crying. You go, oh my God, life is fucking beautiful. I had one this week. Let's get into it. Hello, world. Come inside the Dear Juju podcast. This week, it's crazy because it went in a very big roller coaster. We're trying to set up this house. It is 2,400 square foot, but there's a lot of wall space because it goes up. Like it's 2,400 square feet up, not wide. So there's 4 levels and there's just so much freaking wall space. In the UK, stuff isn't as readily available as it is in America. So in the US, you can Google, I want these kind of curtains, velvet, and you can have over 100 choices on that specific thing that you want. In the UK, not so, you'll maybe get 1 or 2. So it's been a little more difficult because I like to envision what I want and then go find it rather than going, I don't know what I want here, right? So we have been getting the house ready. His brother is coming. So my brother-in-law is coming from Australia. My mother's coming. My sister's coming with my brother-in-law before we go to Italy and Paris. And it's been stressing my husband out because he likes to do things. We've talked about this, right? He is a man of tenacity. He won't wait for me. He likes to get things done. He has a checklist and he likes to check the things off the list. Well, I'm the designer, so I know what has to happen. Like, for instance, there was a peel and stick in my kids' room, and there was a white border at the top. So I wanted him to start at the bottom so that there would be a less of a white border. Did he start at the bottom? No, he started at the top. And I told him, start from the middle and the bottom and call me before you start. Did he do it? No, because he thought he knew better. You know what I mean? So it's been a bit of a doozy this week. A little bit of a fight. Mercury is in retrograde. I lost my one of my favorite vintage glasses. Doesn't it suck when you lose things? You honestly just feel like, am I even an adult? Like, am I even capable to be an adult? It just feels so crappy. Anyways, I said all that to say we got through it. We've pushed through. Then Sunday, frock me. Frock me, baby. First of all, it's funny and it's a pun. It is a vintage frocking dress affair. It was so much fun. I got this dress. It's like a muumuu. It's from David Brown, California. I got these amazing necklaces, this earring, and it's very much giving like a Palm Springs, Palm Beach kind of vibe, which I'm missing so much. I really miss Palm Springs. I don't know if you guys have ever been, but if you go to the desert, Palm Springs is great. It's this great mix of trash, like white trash, meth, in RV labs, mixed with this glamorous Americana Palm Springs kind of vibe of yesteryear. It is so strangely beautiful and I just love it. It's a place that I have really fallen in love with. We go there once or twice a year and I'm just missing it. Right now would be the time, Easter, spring break, that we would go. So this is my homage to Palm Springs. So I went by myself. I bought 2 tickets, but something in me was like, you just need some time alone. You know what I mean? You've had a big week. My husband and I had a bunch of fights. He had a breakdown. My daughter had a breakdown. My son had a breakdown. Okay. I've been holding space and the energy for all of this. And I'm like, you know what? I just need some time by myself to rinse out the rag, if you will, of all the energies. So I go to Frock Me. First of all, it's in Chelsea Old Hall. It was historic. It was beautiful. Arched ceilings, chandeliers, paintings. It was the most stunning backdrop I have ever seen in my whole life. Then, of course, all these beautiful vintage finds. Now, it's still not as good as the Current Affair, okay? But if you ever come to London, Frock Me, it's Frock Me Vintage Fair, I think it is, on Instagram. You should go and follow them. And if you can, kind of plan your trip around it. And the prices were decent. I got stuff for $40, $50. Where I really spent was the jewels. Okay, the jewelry. Because once you come across good gold, fake gold, costume gold, you have to get it because it's usually tarnished or coming off. But this is in absolute perfect condition. I actually met a few friends. There was this really cute girl trying on this leather jacket, and I just loved her energy. And I was like, girl, that jacket looks good. She's like, I know, right? I was like, oh, where are you from? She was like, Canada. I was like, oh, I'm from the US. And we exchanged Instagrams, so we might have a new friend, and she's so darling. And she was like, I'm around if you'd ever like to meet up. And I was like, yes. I said, this is so nice that girls can make friends like we're in first grade on the fucking playground. You know, you guys, become childlike. Be more childlike. Do you want to know what's wrong with your life? I'm here to tell you. Be more childlike. You know who are my people? When someone says it's your duty, I can't not laugh at the word duty. And when someone says duty, I look at my husband and we start laughing. Like, these are the people. You need to have a childlike playfulness, sense of humor to life. So I met this girl at the vintage place and I said, hey, you want to go have a drink sometime? Her energy, her aura was just gorgeous. She was gorgeous. She was super cute, trying on a fabulous jacket. I said, well, clearly we got the same taste. We got the same interest. You're from Canada. I'm from California. We're both C's. We have cunts. Let's go. And she started laughing at my joke. And I was like, yes. And that's how you have to be in life. You just have to be like a first grader on the playground, making new friends when you move to a new spot. And you have to go, hey, what's your Instagram? So we can filter through that so you know I'm not a psycho. And I'll give you my number and we can meet up and we can have a drink or a cocktail or go do something or go like have a date. And, you know, if I get rejected and she never hits me up, fine. What do I have to lose? Nothing. But she was adorable. So this is what I think is wrong with the world is we have lost our childlikeness. We are taking everything too serious, including ourselves. We are taking ourselves too damn serious. Lighten up. Be like a kid. If something hurts your feelings, scream and cry, get it out, and then get over it in like 5 seconds when, you know, go get a snack. I think I just solved all the world's problems. You know, laugh when someone says duty. What's your duty? My duty is to please your booty. That's what I say to my husband all the time as a little like, you know, playful role-playing joke. Anyways, I digress. Might have made a new friend, gorgeous vintage, beautiful interior, and I do have to say something, okay? This is going to be a cringe part of the podcast, so cringe. But I got recognized. I could not believe it. I had a couple people come up to me and tell me, I love your Instagram. It makes me so happy. And I was like, that is the best fucking compliment, that it just makes you happy, that it brings you joy. I'm glad my dumb ass can put a smile on your face for 2 seconds. And I was so fucking humbled that I'm in London at this beautiful place in vintage. And people are coming up to me saying, I love your Instagram. I love what you do. I thought you might be here. I was honestly emotional. You know, am I about to start my period? That's neither here nor there. Yes. I was emotional. I was humbled. It was beautiful. Okay, so at the Frock Me Vintage Fair, I see this fan. It's a part of her set, like it's a part of her decoration of her clothes, but it's a gold, huge fan, like I used to have at my old home that I sold. And I was like, I need that fan. And I said, how much is the fan for sale? And she was like, it actually is. And I said, how much is it? She said, $190. Okay. I sold mine for like $400. And I said, yes, I'll take it. We're going to put it above my bed. I said, you know, I just love these fans. They just make my puss quiver. And she said, oh, darling, do you know that there's actually a name for that? And I said, stop. And I said, I've been making a joke about that for so long. She was like, no, darling, it's a real thing. You can have a real physical experience of something that's gorgeous. And I was like, oh, do tell, darling. Stendahl See, you never know what the fuck you're going to learn on this show. Stendahl Syndrome, or the Florence Syndrome, is a psychosomatic condition involving a rapid heartbeat, confusion, hallucinations, and even fainting, allegedly occurring when individuals become exposed to objects, artworks, or phenomenon of great beauty. I think we should change it from the Stendahl syndrome to the Juju puss power, because that's what happens to me. When I see things of great beauty or importance, I literally get it. I have a physical experience to them. I'm not kidding. I know I always joke about like my puss vibrating, but it really is something that happens. Like when I go shopping, I can't eat. And I don't eat until the shopping is done because I need to have this is going to sound fucking nuts. I have to shop fasted because then I can feel the energy of something either pulling me or speaking to me, or my puss vibrating, or me getting sucked in by its beauty. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. And last but not least, I put up that I said I was going to have my cooking classes, and you guys responded for the eons. We're doing it. Okay? It's going to be so much fun. I just need to find a kitchen island. Once I get a kitchen island, then I can set up the cameras and figure out the zooms and things like that. So there's a little bit of technical things because there needs to be a camera on me, and then there needs to be a camera on the food. And then when I turn around to actually cook, those need to be movable, and also one on me and one on the food so that you can see them all. Finding the technicalities of a virtual cooking class is a little bit difficult, but we're figuring it out. And I am officially calling it the Dear Juju Supper Club, because Supper Club, as we know, is a thing back of yesteryear where people used to dine and dance, which is my thing. And we're going to have so much fun. We're going to open it up. We're all going to make a cocktail. You have to get dressed. Then everyone's going to go around the room, say your name, what you do, get your glamour puss going, and where you're from. And while we all drink our cocktail, and then we're going to get into our cooking. So it's going to be an event. It's going to be so much fun. And I cannot wait. I'm going on a trip May 1st through the 14th. So I'm going to start it when I get back. We'll have a photo shoot. We'll have videos. I'll be talking about it. You'll fucking know. Okay. Stay tuned for the Dear Juju Supper Club. It's going to be a blast. All right. Now let's get into some domestic goddess myths, shall we? Okay. Cooking. Now, cooking this time is going to look a little different because this is more a call to action. We had in LA burger bashes. My husband is obsessed with burgers. That's the line that he has inside his wedding ring, is fancy a burger, because that was his email to me when we went on our first date. He said, fancy a burger? ? And I said, fancy a burger? You fancy this burger? Smash burgers became all the rage in LA, and he was like, I want to see if I can perfect these at home. And he kind of made his mission, and he's perfected the smash burger. Honestly, one of the best burgers you will ever have. So we just ordered a grill. So the burger bashes were when we used to cook tons of burgers for our neighbors, for our friends, for people that we haven't seen in a long time, for people that we wanted to get to know. And we would have everyone over to our place, and it was just lovely. And what I want to tell you is nothing brings people together like food. You can do anything but grill and have a party. Invite your neighbors over. Invite your friends over. This is how you create community. And I don't know if you've seen what's her name? Jane Fonda actually just did something when she was 80. If you go look on her Instagram, or if you Google Jane Fonda happiness video or something like that, it will pop up. And she did with this psychologist and with this doctor, what makes people happy? What makes people feel like they have a very enriching life is community. Before money, before health, before love, all of that. It's community. And you know how that community bond strengthen is by having people over, having a party, having experiences together. So again, what are we doing? We're going to act more childlike, like we're first graders on the playground. And we're going to go, hey, I'm playing Red Rover. You want to come over? Right? This is what we're doing. So we have a burger bash. Figure out your thing. Invite your neighbors. Invite your people. Invite your work people that you maybe want to be closer to, or maybe invite all of them and have a burger bash. And that's what we are doing. And we are so excited. And we can't wait for our bash. Cocktails. Are you ready for this? Let me tell you. what I did this weekend. Okay. There was a bunch of leftover watermelon spears that my daughter did not eat, even though she said she was going to. We just got a new blender. We just got a Vitamix. And I was like, let me blend this up. Okay. Let me see what I could do with this juice. Blended it up, strained it. Me and the kids had it and were like, this is amazing. Pure sugar spikes the fucking insulin. So I'm like, if I'm going to spike my insulin, I'm going to have a cocktail with it, right? And I tell you what, I made a Cosmopolitan, normally with cranberry juice, which is absolutely disgusting, that bottled ocean spray shit. And I had it with watermelon juice. 2 ounces citrus vodka, 3/4 of an ounce Cointreau, 3/4 of an ounce lime juice, and then 3/4 of an ounce watermelon juice. You shake that up, you strain it, you have the most gorgeous cocktail. Watermelon Cosmopolitan. You still get the red. It feels like summer. It's lemony. It's limey. You got the citrus from the orange of the Cointreau. Too fab for words, darling. Decor. All right, you guys. It's time to drench. What is drenching, Juge? Well, this is why I'm here. To let you know what is in. Okay? Drenching is crown molding, walls, baseboard, all in one color. Let's say like a cranberry. The couch, a cranberry. The lamps, a cranberry. Everything is drenched in one color with a few little bit of highlights here and there. I think this is very cool. And I think it looks really elegant, especially if you're like, I don't really have the decorating bug, or I'm not really good at it. Paint it all fucking one color. It's called drenching. You can also drench in stripes. You can drench in patterns. Drench means take one single thought, a color, a pattern, and drench your whole room in it. Like just go that and that and that and that and that and that. And it actually does look really elegant. You can color drench or you can pattern drench. So Google those, put it in Pinterest too, and you'll see some really beautiful. Also, that's another tip. If you don't know what to do, if you feel like I don't have the decorating bug, I don't know what to do, go on Pinterest, please. Scroll and scroll and scroll until you see something you like and then go, oh, I love that. And then guess what? Fucking copy it. Okay? Steve Jobs said that geniuses copy. That's what you got to do. You have to go, oh, why do I like that? What color is their couch? Oh, they got a green couch. Cool. You dissect why you like it. If you want your home to look like a space that was designed by an interior designer, go on Pinterest and copy what they do. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Right now, I don't know really what to do with my home bar. So what am I doing? I Googled home bar within Pinterest and I'm just searching bars, and even really luxe bars. And I'm like, why do I like that? Oh, they all have an arch. And then they have shelves and then there's lighting. Okay, how can I do that on a budget? You know, and I'm trying to figure this out. Maybe I spray paint a freaking arched mirror, because do I have the money to get a custom arch cabinet built? Fuck no. But I could go to Home Goods or Home Sense and find one of those arched mirrors and spray paint that. Bob's your uncle. And that's what I think I'm going to do. ps.com. All right. Now with all that, let's get into some Q&A with some TNA. Oh, we got a good question today. Dear Juju, is it totally inappropriate to fantasize about someone else while I'm sleeping with my long-term partner? I adore them, but sometimes my imagination wanders to someone, let's just say, that is off limits. Should I feel guilty, or is this just human nature at play? Sincerely, mentally cheating in Manhattan. Oh, you even signed it, girl. Okay, absolutely, 100% completely normal, completely natural, completely fun. Guys, I love my long-term partner. Monogamy is interesting, you know? You are human. You are normal. You're going to be attracted to other people. You're going to like other people. You're going to have fun with other people. It's normal that the sun, yes, of course, shines out of your partner's ass. But who wants to go sit down at the movies and watch the same movie over and over and over? And let me tell you something. Here's the real news. Your partner's doing it too. You don't think they're doing it? You think they're fantasizing about you with your farting ass in the morning and your stank breath? No. They are all the way out the door. They are checked the hell out. It is not only okay and normal, it's healthy, and I actually suggest it. It keeps things fun. It keeps things spicy. But also when it comes to my husband, I do like to fantasize about him and I. Do you guys want to hear my sexual fantasy that I have with my husband that I play in my head while I'm having sex with him? You guys are like, no. Well, too bad. You're going to get it. This is what I imagine. I imagine I'm a stripper. And this is back in my 20s when I had a rockin' hot bod, right? And I'd be just like this very sensual stripper. And he was just this lonely little young boy, not young, but in his 20s, naive, I should say, from Australia who came to the big city and he fell in love with a stripper. So I take him back to the champagne room, okay? Now, this is, I shit you not, this is my straight fantasy. The guard, who's guarding the champagne room, because, there's no sex in the champagne room. But my husband, I'm giving him a lap dance, and he is so hard. He can't take it. He can't take it. And I tell the guard, I go like this to the guard, I'll give you money if you turn around, right, and look the other way. And I'm like, and the guard turns and we start making out so passionately and I undo his buckle and I just have to have him because I have never in all my time dancing at the club been so sexually attracted to a man. And scene. I shit you not. That is my actual fantasy that I fantasize a lot when I'm having sex with my husband. But sometimes is it the dentist? Yes. Sometimes is it the grocery store driver? Yes. Sometimes is it the guy who's fixing our sink? For sure. Is it the construction worker that Kat called me? Of course it is. It's not mentally cheating. It's mentally cheating if you start to, out of the sexualness, start then fantasizing your life with someone else, then that's going a little bit far. But having just sexual fantasies is fun. It's natural. Let's normalize it. Okay? You are doing nothing wrong. All right, next question. Hey, girl. It says, hey, Juju, I have a question for the podcast. I'm planning a small family picnic, and I'm a proud member of Team DTM. What recipe can I whip up for 6 adults, 1 who's pregnant, and 3 kids that will be a hit but not break the bank? Okay, your Team DTM, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have 1 sandwich and 2 sides and a dessert, okay? Main dish. Here's what we're going to do for the sandwich. We are making a chicken tarragon Waldorf salad sandwich. Easy, elegant, classic, and lovely, but we're going to put them inside croissants. You can serve it cold, you can wrap them up, you can pass them out individually, and it's really lovely. The best part about this is you can use rotisserie pre-made chicken, and all you have to do is pull the chicken. Okay, that's it. Put it in a bowl. I would use mayonnaise and some Greek yogurt to give it some tang, to give it some protein, a little bit healthier, and tons of tarragon. If you like onions, I would use a shredded red onion if you like onions. But let me tell you what to do with the onions. Make sure you shred it with a box grater, then put it in some paper towels and squeeze out all the water. This will make them really thin. Shredding out all the water takes the bite out of them. You can leave them out also if you want to make it more kid-friendly. I wouldn't add the onion. Walnuts, I would get red grapes and have them. I would put in maybe a green apple. I would put in some maybe really fine celery stalks. I love poppy seeds in my chicken salad, but herb, tons of tarragon is what makes this really lovely. Squeeze some lemon juice in there to make it bright and cut it, and then just give it a big toss, right? And then right before you go for the picnic, you can make, so there's 3 adults and 3 kids. I would still make everyone a sandwich. That way, if the kids don't like it, the adults can have seconds. Side number 1, bow tie lemon feta pasta served cold because it's fun. The kids will love it. You could be like, oh, look at my bow tie. But it's still really elegant. Before you go, this is a make ahead to serve cold. I would get some zucchini. I would fry those up, let them cool completely. Then I would chop up tons of dill. I would have lots of feta. And what you're going to make for this is not a pasta sauce, but more like a vinaigrette. So what you're going to do is you're going to have lemon juice, olive oil, of course, lemon zest, put more dill in the dressing, salt and pepper, maybe a little bit of a pureed garlic. You know, you can get those in the tubes too. Put a little pureed garlic in there, which would be lovely. And I would still put some Parmesan cheese as well in the dressing. So mix that up. Put in all your bow tie pasta, put it in after it's hot and toss it with the dressing so that it can kind of absorb and relax. And then once that's cooled, add in your cooled fried zucchini, add in more feta or more Parmesan as you wish, and more dill. And that will make a really bright, lemony, cold pasta that's going to be gorgeous to serve alongside those chicken salad sandwiches. And then for a second side, something little fun, I would do a caprese salad skewer. Right? So get a skewer, or you could put them on really long toothpicks. You could order those on Amazon, like cocktail toothpicks, and then that way you can make a bunch of them. I would put a ball of mozzarella. I would fold a basil, put that on. I'd put a cherry tomato. I would fold a basil. I'd put another ball of mozzarella. Then once you have all your skewers layered down on layer one, olive oil, salt, pepper, balsamic glaze, or a really good balsamic vinegar. And then I would do another layer and do the same thing. And that way you can just go skewer, skewer, skewer. For the dessert, absolutely a orange chocolate cake. Basically like the lemon loaves from Starbucks. Think about that, but think of it as an orange loaf. But instead of putting it in a loaf, because that feels a little bit like breakfasty, I would put it in a cake tin and add some dark chocolate chips in there. So it's an orange chocolate cake. Then you could make a glaze of orange juice and powdered sugar and kind of glaze it on top. And that way you're making a slice, putting it on a napkin and say chocolate orange cake, right? And then it's almost like a loafy kind of really light dessert. For drinks, I would do a strawberry lemonade for the kids. I would blitz up some frozen strawberries and I would just pour lemonade in there, and then I'd put them in individual things, and then I would make a vat of it for the adults, and I would bring a couple of bottles of Prosecco. So with the cups, I'd go, here's the little strawberry lemonade, and I would top it with Prosecco. That way the kids are drinking the same as the adults. We're having a little alcohol. We're all eating the same things. Lovely. And of course, my kids love a charcuterie board. So if all of that seems like, oh, you know what? I don't know if my kids are actually going to eat this. My kids absolutely love when I serve them for lunch a board. They think it is just the most grown up and adult thing ever in the world. So that's also something fun that you could do. Just bring like a wood board, put it down and do some salami, do some cheese, do some crackers, do some green grapes or red grapes that you have left over. And I think that'll feel really fun for the kids also to snack on, or even the adults. But it's kind of something more simple, like make sure it's not a spicy salami, make sure it's kind of a more basic cheese, make sure the crackers are kind of ritzy, if you know what I mean, so that they can feel like they can eat something and nosh while they're playing at the picnic in the park. That to me is the most gorgeous, easy, fun, versatile, classic recipe. Let me know if you do any of it, none of it. I want to know how it goes. Girl, you keep in touch. That was a long one. All right. Don't forget, be more childlike. Where in your life can you be more childlike? Can you have more fun? Can you lighten up? Can you not take things so serious, right? Lighten up. Lighten up a little bit. I don't care what's going on. Try to find the funny side of it. The psychological reference of humans with humor is it takes us from the closed state to the open state the quickest. And in the open state, you can receive. You can receive health, wealth, joy, love, insights of brilliance when you're open, right? So that's what humor does. It takes us from the closed state to the open state the quickest. And humor is what childness is all about. All you have to do is make a funny face at a kid and they will laugh. They're just down to have a good time. So are you. Get your inner child, take them out for a play. Go jump on the trampoline. Do the slip and slide this summer. Like, fucking go. Okay? Have a good time. You see someone who's got great energy. Hey, I just moved here. Or hey, I'm looking for new friends. You seem cool. Want to go hang? First grade on the playground. That's what we're doing here. You're a star. Know it, own it, walk in it. I love you. I'll see you next week, and I'm out. Mwah!